Hey, what's up YouTube? So gonna do a quick video today. These are the tools and supplies that I keep in my truck. I'm gonna do another video on the tools that I keep in my car a little bit later because they're gonna differ a little bit. But this was a very requested video, so let's get started. Um so stuff that I keep inside the cab, in my center console, in my glove box. I got a little mag light, little pair of Leathermans. These are the sidekicks. I keep a glass breaker and a seatbelt cutter in my center console. Tape measure. There's a lot of times I go to the hardware store or wherever and I need to measure something. This little Harbor Freight 12 volt light, I just always leave this plugged in at the outlet on all of my cars. It's a handy little light, not super bright, battery doesn't last too long, but in an emergency, this thing's great and it's always charged. I keep my little Milwaukee 12 volt charger and the charging cord for it. I keep this in case I ever need to charge my little Milwaukee 12 volt air compressor here. I keep the 6.0 battery on this all the time, but I mean, this thing will really suck that battery dry when you're using it a lot. So I keep this just in case of an emergency. Plus all my camping stuff, my lantern, the other tools I bring are all the Milwaukee 12 volt. So I keep this just to charge everything. I keep a pair of gloves, the door of my truck. Never know when you're gonna need gloves. My cheap little $20 scanner. I always leave this in my truck. If I'm out camping or something and I throw a code and I don't have to worry about it the whole trip, I can just look, see what my code is. This is a little kit for airing down. If I'm out camping or something and get stuck and I need to air down my tires pretty quick, I bought this little kit for that. I just keep this behind the seat in my truck. Jumper cables. I always keep a set of jumper cables. You'll probably see the thumbnail. I have a 2002 Tacoma extended cab, and in the back seat, underneath the back seats, there's two little storage compartments, so I always keep these there. But on top of this, I do a lot of camping, a lot of off-roading where I'm by myself, and if my battery ever goes dead and I'm by myself, the jumper cables aren't going to be much use, so I usually carry this battery pack with me. This thing's awesome. It's never let me down. I've jumped a lot of cars with this. But I usually, if I'm going on a long road trip or something and I'm switching to my Corolla, I'll usually grab this out of the truck and put this in my other car. Fire extinguisher. Always keep a fire extinguisher in all my cars. I have this mounted right behind my driver's seat for easy access in case I ever need it. Luckily I've never had to use one yet, but hopefully I never have to either, but I keep a fire extinguisher in every one of my cars just in case. So usually on my Tacoma I have a camper shell and I have some off-road KC lights on there, and taking the covers on and off was a pain because I have the lights mounted on my roof rack. So I bought this little, it goes on where your door locks in. This just hooks right on there and I can easily step up on this and take the covers off my lights. Can of bear spray. Mostly keep this for camping, but you never know. Maybe somebody's gonna get some road rage with me or something one day and I'm gonna have to use it. First aid kit. I keep a first aid kit in all my cars. This is like the more of the camping one, because obviously I use my truck for a lot of outdoor stuff. I've added a couple little things in here. This is a pretty good little kit. It's got a lot of stuff. I keep a tube of afterbite in there for bug bites, and I also got a little tourniquet I keep in here. I keep a first aid kit for my dog because he comes camping with me a lot, and I just wanted to make sure if he ever got cut or burned or something that I'd have a little first aid kit for him. I keep a bag of ratchet straps and bungee cords. Buy a lot of stuff off of Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, and a lot of the time the bed of my truck is that plastic bed liner, and stuff just slides all around in there. So I want to make sure I keep everything secure. I keep these under the back seat of my truck, so I always have them. I replaced the belts on my truck a while back, and I kept the old belts just in case if I'm ever out somewhere and I blow a belt. These ones aren't too bad. I just changed them because I wanted to have fresh belts, but in an emergency, I'll always have these with me. So I also keep these under the back seat. Keep a couple toe straps and a shackle. I also have a shackle always on the back of my truck. But you never know if you get stuck or somebody else gets stuck and you need to pull them out. So I always leave these in underneath the back seat of my truck as well. So, I didn't go over, I have this big mag light. This I actually usually keep on my camper shell. I have the mounts for it right in the back. I've had this thing a long time. It's not very bright, it's heavy, but I still use it. So, the jack. My truck is lifted. When I bought my truck, all it came with is this little bottle jack, and this doesn't even reach up to lift my truck off the ground. So I found this is a Harbor Freight Pittsburgh 1.5 ton jack, and then this company 911 Motorsports sells this kit where you can turn it into this off-road jack. And that's what I did. It's very light. Right now I keep it in the back seat of my truck, which is kind of a pain, but I have the camper shell off my truck. Usually when I have the shell on it, I leave this in the bed. But this is a great little jack, and I recommend it if you have a lifted truck and your jack that comes with your car is not tall enough to lift it off the ground. All right, so this is my tool bag. So first I keep this tool roll in my truck. Got a lot of different stuff in here. I keep all these pockets are full of these long bits because I don't have a full set of screwdrivers. I have one of those screwdrivers with the bit holder, and sometimes that bit holder on there is not long enough to get in it's too wide to get into tight spots. So I bought a set of these because they're a lot skinnier for getting in a spot like that. So I have Torx, Hex, and Slotted and Phillips in here. That's what's in these little pockets. Keep a set of ball end hex keys in here, metric, wire brush, tire gauge. I keep a set of, these are little channel lock picks. Set of the Knepex alligators. These are pretty good pliers. The Cobras are way better. I wanted to give these a try, and I actually bought the Klein pair that's like this, and they're cheaper, and they're almost exactly the same. So If you're thinking about getting these, I'd get the Kleins. I bought the Klein ones and I keep those in my bag at work. Combination set of strippers and crimpers. I didn't want to carry a set of strippers and a set of crimpers, so I got this combination set. This was the first set of wire strippers I ever bought, and they still work great. Channel lock needle nose, channel lock slip joints, channel lock diagonal cutters, the Doyle version of the fastback, an 8-inch Proto crescent wrench, cheap little Lyle light, which the battery's dead. Gonna need to replace that. Some zip ties, an inspection mirror, a set of small, just Pittsburgh vice grips, magnetic pickup tool. This one's the one that's supposed to have the light, but it never worked from the day I bought it. This is just a little Carhartt tool roll. Moving on, keep this little bag. This has electrical stuff in it. Keep connectors, some electrical tape, lighter, in case I need to use some heat shrink. I can melt it on, shrink it onto there. Fuse tester. This also has fuses in it. Spare switch. I've had a couple of these switches go out on me before for my off-road lights and different stuff, so I just keep a spare one in here. I got this is the Craftsman V Series set. I got this on sale for, I don't know, 40 bucks I think, but it's a pretty good set. Metric, obviously. All the tools I keep in my truck are metric. I'm thinking about maybe getting a small set of standard stuff just for my camping supplies. Sometimes I need to fix some of that stuff, and they usually take standard. But this set goes all the way from, what is this, an 8 all the way to a 22. And it has the little swivel in here, a couple of locking extensions. Pretty good. I really like the Craftsman V Series stuff. I know a lot of people don't. The only thing I don't like, and it's kind of funky to me, is all these sockets up until here are nicely chromed on the inside, but from, what is this? The 18 all the way to the 22, the insides are not chromed for some reason. I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm going to do a review on this. I have some other Craftsman V Series stuff as well. But it's a compact little kit. I like it. I also have the Craftsman V Series 1/4-inch metric kit. It's got a little driver in here, a little 1/4-inch ratchet, swivels, extensions. I actually added the adapter from 1/4-inch to 3/8 that I just in case I ever want to use this with one of those sockets. But it fits perfect in there. Then I have my whole set of bits, which I have my, you'll see here in my other bag, I have the screwdriver, the bit driver in there for those. I keep this is a 3.5-inch breaker bar. This is the Pittsburgh adapter on the end of it for lug nuts. I got this set up because the set that came with my truck, which I still leave in there because I have to have it for lowering the spare tire. but my truck has aftermarket rims and different size lug nuts on it. So I had to get a whole different set. I used to carry the giant tire iron, but that got to a pain. I wanted to have a breaker bar all the time anyways. So this is what I came up with to carry, and it works out pretty good because my rims are pretty deep and that sticks out pretty far. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So I keep this little bag, little Milwaukee bag in here. So the only thing I don't like about the 3/8 set is it doesn't come with deep sockets. So I have a full set of deep sockets, or the necessary deep sockets that I need for a Toyota. And I keep the spark plug socket that fits my truck in here. Here's that bit driver screwdriver that I keep in here. The other flip socket for this, sizes I don't use. I keep a 3/8. This is a Quinn extendable breaker bar. An adapter from 1/2 inch to 3/8 in case I need to use this breaker bar with any of these sockets. And I keep a set of metric Craftsman wrenches in here. Keep a funnel, a little can of WD-40. If you don't know, WD-40 is safe on electronics. So if you ever go through a puddle of water or something, you get water up in your engine bay, all over your battery or something, you can spray it down with WD-40 to, it disperses water. And I use this for a lot of different stuff on my truck. I spray it inside my locks, if anything's squeaking, I mean, million uses for WD-40. This is a camping tarp. I decided to keep a tarp in here in case I'm in a muddy area and I got to work on my truck and I don't want to get mud or dirt all over. I'll throw this down. Luckily, I haven't had to use this yet. Hopefully, I don't have to, but it's nice to have. And then what I have in here is all the adapters for this jack. Comes with all these different size adapters to lift your truck off the ground. And it comes with, if I can get it out, the handle. And that's pretty much it, guys. This might be overkill for some of you. This might not be enough for some of you. This is what's worked for me. There's a couple things I'm going to add to this kit that I don't have right now. I want to get a roll of duct tape to keep in here, obviously. Maybe some better rechargeable work lights or something. But I didn't mention this earlier. I still keep the stock bottle jack that came with my truck in here. This is good for extra protection if you're doing some big job off-road. You just want to put this somewhere to try and, if this fails, to try and catch the truck somewhere. So I do still keep this. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think of my setup here, what I should add, what you think I might not need. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.